Welcome to the Darkstream, Vox Day, voxday.net, and unauthorized.tv. This is a unscheduled, unplanned Darkstream, but I was just working on some tunes, just taking a break from the writing, taking a break from the books, and I thought, you know what? I've had people asking me for some time how I actually put the stuff together, how the songs work with AI and that sort of thing. Especially I've had some requests from people that have been experimenting with SUNO and have been having some trouble getting the kind of results that they expect and that they think is possible because of the stuff I've been playing. And so I thought, since this is what I was working on now at the moment anyhow, and I kind of discovered not a problem, but something that I want to adjust. And I was also just talking to the pro engineer with whom I work, and he's mixing two songs right now. One of them, I'll play you the version that is getting mixed. So this is a pre-release version, but it's very similar. It's musically exactly the same as the final version is going to be, but it's not professionally mastered. It's just auto mastered. But I'll even show you the difference between like an unmastered tune and what you get coming directly out of SUNO. And so if the music stuff is not of any interest to you, feel free to tune out. But if you do want to hear some interesting stuff, and you're at all interested in it, then I'd encourage you to follow along. So one of the questions I got from someone, I got an email, and the guy was saying, hey, I've been working with SUNO, and I'm just not getting any good results. And he said, what prompts do you use to get these kind of results? And I knew immediately what his problem was, because most people don't understand that there's more to the system than just the prompt that you put in. And so oftentimes what people will do, and you're given a limit of about 200 characters, and you can tell it, I want a fast-paced metal song in the key of E, and make it a song about ringing the doorbell. And what's pretty amazing is that SUNO will kick out an entire song, usually 3 minutes, 30 seconds, sometimes as short as 2:45, sometimes as long as 4 minutes, but it'll kick out a full, complete, structured song. Usually the structure is very basic. More importantly, the words are super vanilla. For some reason, it loves the word neon. If you hear any song in the next 5 years that has the word neon in it, I can pretty much guarantee that it was written with AI. And there's certain phrases that it just really seems to like, because you see them again and again if you just run let's call it a blank lyric prompt. So no lyrics at all, just the prompt for the description of the song. Now, the reason that this guy was getting vanilla results musically is because the lyrics itself serve as a more important prompt for the final product. And you can tell this because it will also generate a picture, a little like icon for each song. And if you pay attention, you can see that the pictures that it is creating are often directly related to something in the lyrics, to the lyrical theme. So the lyrics are a very important part of how the song turns out. And so and then further complicating things are you can choose to do instrumental. And I'm not going to go into detail. There's a number of ways to build songs. There's basically four very distinct ways to go about building a song from scratch. I'm I'm just going to describe one of them tonight. And this is the blank prompt. You just type in a prompt and you say, this is what I want the song to sound like. This is what I want to be about. Give me lyrics, give me music, give me everything. And now here's the challenge. Somebody who's using AI to produce music is fundamentally in the position of a very, very talented musician. Now that you can do anything, what do you do? And so this is where they talk about a producer's ear. This is where having some ear for music is very important, because you have to choose between. It'll always give you two options right away. I typically hit it twice to give me 4 right off the bat. And so in this particular case, and I'll show you now, we'll go to what we're doing. So let me back up for a second. I usually write my own lyrics. I wrote the lyrics for Psykosonik. I wrote the lyrics for Soul Sigma. I write the lyrics for Vibe Patrol. But, you do get tapped out in terms of full ideas for a full structured 3 verses, bridge, chorus, etc., etc. Sometimes you run a little bit dry. This is where SUNO's ability to give you an entire song is really, really useful as a starting point, only as a starting point. The reason that most of the stuff, and you can confirm this, go to suno.com, play the 10 most popular songs, and then play 10 random songs. Even the most popular songs tend to be pretty vanilla, pretty boring. And if you play just random songs, you'll see how bad it is. And that's because AI just picks stuff randomly. You're essentially rolling dice. Now, they do have some basic rules in place, so you'll get something that functions. But it's just rolling the dice, and what you get is more likely to be bad than good, and it's much more likely to be just plain and generic and uninteresting, right? But so what you're looking for, if you don't have, let's say, I don't have, I'm tired, I don't have any particular ideas for a song right now. I'm not going to sit down and write a bunch of lyrics. Let's just see what the system throws out. So what you can do is you can say, and I'll give you an example of what I did here. I said, write me a pop rock song about a girl whose romantic crush doesn't pay attention to her, and make it a female vocalist. That was it. That's all I said. And because what I was looking to do specifically is I like to try to do things in different genres, and I like to also challenge myself. I think it might have even been Rachel Brown who had said on Sigma Game right before this, well, I haven't seen any signs of you say that you have empathy. I haven't seen any signs of you having empathy. So I thought, okay, if you want to see empathy, I will write a song that is not from my perspective, that is not even my type of music. And I will do something from the perspective of and also I've never, even when I was a total social outcast, I've never been somebody who was invisible. I've always been the smartest guy in the class. I've always been, one of the best, if not the best athletes. So this is completely not from my perspective. This is an exercise in empathy, right? So let's switch over here now. Oops, let me turn that. That's not what I wanted to play. Sorry, some of these things were set to auto. Okay, so now what I did first is I put in that prompt I told you about, and what came out was a song that was titled Invisible Crush. and it's very pop rock, and I'll play you the results. This is exactly what came out of it.
I see.
Oop. There's the pop rock.
I see you walking down the hallway lights. You're the thunder rolling through my quiet nights. I'm a songbird singing, but you can't hear the tune. I'm standing in the sun, you're staring at the moon. Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like a banner printed clear. I could write your name across the sky so blue, but why won't your eyes ever turn my way too?
So it's pretty good pop-wise. You know, you can see that there's some interesting flow to the lines. They don't really make sense. Some of the line, you know, banner painted clear, but there's a good sort of syncopation, good sort of flow. I wasn't crazy about the guitar lines and that sort of thing, but you know, this was the example that I was like, okay, this is something that I can start with.
I wore my red shoes just to catch your eye. Your smile could light 1,000 stars in the sky. I'm a mystery novel you won't even read. You're still in the air, but you won't plant the seed. Why don't you see?
Again, some good lines, but certain things that don't make sense. I wore my red shoes so that you would notice. Guys don't notice red shoes. Change it to dress. Again, you see the generic stuff about a mystery novel. Not reading it doesn't really make sense, but you know, there's maybe a metaphor that you can find useful there, right? And then, of course, it's got the whole generic stars in the sky. Stars in the sky is another AI type line. You see it pop up a lot. But again, there's something there. All you're looking for at this stage is, number one, some lyrical ideas, and number two, if possible, a hook. You know, like a choral hook.
I'm right here, waving my heart like a banner printed clear. I can write your name across the sky so blue, but why won't your eyes ever turn my way too? Am I just a shadow cast by someone else's glow? Do I need a spark that only you know? Tell me what it takes to break a heart in disguise. I'll climb all your walls, but you won't share your skies.
Same thing. The roots of a decent line, the roots of several decent lines there in that bridge, but they're nonsensical. You know, it's kind of like when you're listening to a song and you can tell that they kind of forced a line just to make it rhyme. You know, something about heartbreak in disguise. You won't share your skies. I mean, it's nonsense.
Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like a banner printed clear. I could write your name across the sky so blue, but why won't your eyes ever turn my way too?
It's not bad. I mean, starting from nothing, and I mean, compared to the average SUNO song, that's actually pretty good. It's got a decent tune, a decent vibe. I actually like the guitars, but they're a little boring. There's not much personality to it. And so what I did is I took the lyrics, and then now instead of going with the generic vanilla one, now we go to custom, write out all the lyrics, add a little structure to the song, and start from scratch. So I still have the other one saved for reference, but I'm not extending it. I'm not replacing any sections. I'm just starting completely from scratch, but now I've got a complete set of lyrics. And now those lyrics are seeding the song. And so, but what I really liked the beginning of the chorus where it said, "Why can't you see me? I'm right here." Because that was part of what I defined the song to be about in the original prompt. "Why can't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart, blah, 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 blah." And so, but because of some of the lyrics, especially the mystery book thing, I started kind of drawing on some of the different metaphors, Harry Potter, Little Mermaid, and then the whole Disney thing occurred to me. And so that turned into this mix, which I called Disney Souvenir. I played a version of it for some of you about 2 weeks ago, I think, a week ago, whatever. So this is Disney Souvenir, the first version. Now this is not the end point, remember? We're still just working, still making progress. But this is what it turned into. And this is actually, this is going to sound a little better because after completing it, then I went ahead and auto-mastered it. It's not as good as the professional masters from the pros, but it still sounds better.
I see you walking down past the city lights. You're the thunder rolling through my stormy nights. I'm a songbird singing, but you can't hear the tune. I'm standing in the sun and you're howling at the moon. Whoa, don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like it's just a souvenir. I could write your name for everyone to see. So why don't you ever turn and look at me? And if you don't notice me, I think I'll probably die. I'm a Harry Potter, you won't even read. You know you're missing out, but you don't know what you need. Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like a Disney souvenir. I would write your name for everyone to see. So why don't you to notice me? Am I just a shadow lost in someone else's shine? And what do I need if I'm gonna make you mine? Tell me what it takes for a princess in disguise to make you see what is right before your eyes. How cute that we could be. You be Donald Duck and I'll be a daisy. I'm a mermaid singing, but you're shipwrecked at sea. You're kissing all the frogs, everybody but me. Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like a Disney souvenir. I
So you can hear the differences and the similarities there. You can hear how some of the lines some of the lines are the same. Some of the lines have a word or two changed. Some of them are completely different. It becomes a lot more emotional. You got this sort of teen girl angst with the addition of the line. First of all, we changed the red shoe to red dress, and if you don't notice me, I think I'll probably die. That sort of overwrought teen angst drama. And of course, structurally it's a little bit more sound. It's got a guitar solo now. The parts flow into each other a little better. And it's a catchier hook. It's a catchier chorus. But you can see the similarities, right? Now, here's where it gets interesting, because I like the song. It's a good song, but maybe I would put it up on unauthorized at most. It's not something that I would ever bother to release. I'm not active out there trying to sell my songs to other bands. I mean, you could sell it to a girl band or an Avril Lavigne wannabe, and that sort of thing. But what's the point? I mean, I sell books. I don't sell songs, right? The music is just something I do really for my own satisfaction. So I was working on, so it wasn't something that I was planning to put out in any way, shape, or form, right? So then I started messing around a bit. And this is one of the things that came, one of the other things that I was working on that I was doing. And this is going to be the next single that's going to come out from Vibe Patrol. And I'm actually pretty excited about this because I sent it to my old bandmate. This is you've heard this before. You've actually heard different experiments with it before, but this is a new version of Cosmic Trigger. And I sent it off to my old Psykosonik bandmate, Paul, who co-wrote the original Cosmic Trigger with me. And he absolutely loved it. I just said, look, I think it's good. I'd like to go ahead and release it as a Vibe Patrol song. And he said, wait, what did he say here? He sent me back an email and he said, what was this? Oh, he said, holy buckets, that's insane. About 100 times better than anything we ever did with it before. So good, definitely put it out. So this has already gone off to the engineer, and you've heard a similar version of it, but this is like amped up. And so I've sent this version out to the engineer. When we get it back and I'm ready to release it, and he might have it ready as soon as tomorrow, but it'll be interesting to see how it sounds compared to the new better auto mastering I've got. But either way, this is Cosmic Trigger Fly Your Freak Flag mix.
Face, tell me, do you see the sun? There's a lemon drop about to fall and it's scaring everyone. Don't come inside, cause Cinderella's can't decide. Try the red spot on the forehead, vintage mind way suicide. Pull, 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 I'm the cosmic trigger. You've got to pull, 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 I'm the cosmic trigger. Put your hands over your eyes, tell me, can you hear the sun? There's a shadow on the umbra, now it's hunting everyone. Don't say her name, don't say her name. You know that Eris is the one to blame. Yeah, search the cosmos for the chaos. Primal brainwave, ultra flame.
a kiss to deepest space. Now there's nowhere left to run. Kundalini's moving to the base, burning like a sun. Don't run away, don't run away. You can fly your freak flag high today. Yeah, Cinderella's seeking vengeance, and she'll be back on Saturday. Pull, pull, pull on the cosmic trigger. You've got to pull, pull, pull on the cosmic trigger. Cinderella's coming back, and I think she might be gay. Her eyes are black, she's out of whack. She's coming back on Saturday. Cosmic trigger. You've got to pull, 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 pull on the cosmic trigger. Pull, pull, pull on the cosmic trigger. Yeah. Just pull, pull, pull on the cosmic trigger. Cosmic.
So that was the forthcoming Vibe Patrol Cosmic Trigger Fly Your Freak Flag mix. And you can really hear the Psykosonik influence in it. You know, I wanted something that you could imagine hearing at a rave. If we're doing a movie soundtrack, you know, it could be the instrumental part could be used in the background, that kind of thing. That's really what I was looking for, and that's what I was really happy with. And yeah, that's why Paul liked it so much. So then I thought, what if, now what you can do with SUNO is that you can create a persona from one song. And then you can do a cover version of another song, or you can start from scratch and then use that persona to shape the way that the song is going to go. And so I thought, okay, so what if I redid Disney Souvenir using the Freak Flag persona? And so this was the result, and it turned out really well. Midwest's Best said, speaking of rave, I just saw Underworld this weekend. Amazing, even in their 60s. Yeah, you know, one of the things about doing techno music, or even being a technologically driven musician, is that, you know, you can keep doing it a lot. It's a lot easier than if you're, you know, playing the drums or something and, you know, hurting your back or getting arthritis from playing the guitar. Terrence says, I like where I think this is going. Skydog calls it the banger persona. Kind of is, actually. That's reasonable, because this is kind of a banger, honestly. So where did I find, okay, this is okay, so we're back to Disney Souvenir, right? But this is, for lack of a better term, I'm just calling it the Disney Souvenir Freak Flag mix. And there is a problem. You're going to hear the problem here. That's why I said tonight's just hey, I'm working on this stuff. I'm experimenting with this stuff. So, you know, none of this is done. But you should hear the problem. Let me know. Tell me what you think the problem is, and I'll explain at the end of the song. This is Disney Souvenir Freak Flag.
die. I'm a Harry Potter, you won't even read. You know you're missing out, but you don't know what you need. Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like a Disney souvenir. I would write our names for everyone to see. So why don't you ever seem to notice me? Am I just a shadow lost in someone else's shine? And what do I need if I'm gonna make you mine? Tell me what it takes for a princess in disguise to make you see what is right before your eyes. Can you imagine just how cute we could be? You'll be Ron and I'm Hermione. I'm a mermaid singing, but you're shipwrecked at sea. You're kissing all the frogs, everybody but me. Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like a Disney souvenir. I would shout your name for everyone to hear. So why don't you ever notice when I'm near? Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like a Disney souvenir. I would write our names for everyone to see. So why don't you ever turn and look at me?
So that was the Freak Flag version of Disney Souvenir. And the problem, if you notice, is that in the very beginning, the song is not too similar. You know, it's got a similar beat, similar key, but it's very structurally different. The lyrics are different. You know, it's something that I could release as a Vibe Patrol song, except for the fact that the beginning 8 bars are very, very similar to the Cosmic Trigger first 8 bars. So that's something that if I am ever going to do anything with it, I'll have to fix. I'll have to change. And you know, I can do that. It just takes time, but that's the kind of stuff that can be a bit tedious. So instead of going back and fixing it, I thought, what if I started over, but I went with a vibe that was kind of in between the two, just to see how that turned out. And it actually turned out pretty well. It says another version, another mix of Disney Souvenir. This one I call the Songbird mix. And let me know what you think.
I see you walking down past the city lights. You're the thunder rolling through my stormy nights. I'm a songbird singing, but you can't hear the tune. I'm standing in the sun, and you're howling at the moon. Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like it's just a souvenir. I could write your name for everyone to see. So why don't you ever turn and look at me? I wore my red dress just to catch your eye. And if you don't notice me, I think I'll probably die. I'm a Harry Potter, you won't even read. You know you're missing out, but you don't know what you need. Why don't you see
And what do I need if I'm gonna make you mine? Tell me what it takes for a princess in disguise to make you see what is right before your eyes. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Can you imagine just how cute we could be? You'll be Ron and I'm Hermione. I'm a mermaid singing, but you're shipwrecked to sea. You're kissing all the frogs, everybody but me. Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like a Disney souvenir. I would shout your name for everyone to hear. So why don't you ever notice when I'm near? Why don't you see me? I'm right here, waving my heart like a Disney souvenir. I would write our names for everyone to see. So why don't you ever turn and look at me? Oh, 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 oh. Oh,
So, that one, I actually possibly like it best just because it's the most different sounding of all of them. It doesn't sound like any particular pop singer. It's not like the first one's like, oh, it sounds like Avril Lavigne. The other one's sounds like, a bit too much like the Cosmic Trigger. I have no idea if I'll, ever release any of these, or if I'll just save them in case we need them for a movie soundtrack. But that's how the process works, and so you can see how it develops, how what you start with, where you go with it, and then how you can modify and take different approaches to what is essentially the same song. I mean, the greatest thing about SUNO is the way that you can, if you've got something, the way that you can create different mixes of it. I mean, one thing I'd really like to be able to do, they really limit the ability, but it'd be really nice to be able to like take an old Psykosonik song, actually import the whole thing, and then start working from that. And, you can import like a minute is about all, which is not enough. I understand why they're doing it. They could do more, but they're concerned about people just completely mutilating copyright. So Sapient Avenger says, I like the J-pop vibe. Yeah, it's just something I wanted to work with because it's not something that I know. It's not something I really listen to. And so, I don't want to be doing all this sort of, new metal type stuff that I've been doing for the Soul Sigma album and the Byronics Soul Sigma album. Just as a palate cleanser for some of you. I put this song up recently. This song, well, here, I'll give you a actually, first, tell me which one of these various versions of Disney Souvenir, forgetting Cosmic Trigger, which of those versions did you guys like best? Now, I understand it's probably not your music style, but I'm curious to know, like, which, is everyone leaning towards the same mix? Or, so that there was the first one was just the straight pop rock mix, and then there was the Fly Your Freak Flag, which was the club mix, and then there was that Songbird mix, which is kind of the more original pop one. So, if you have a preference of any of those three, I'd be curious to know which that might be. An anime video. Yeah, well, we're getting there. We're going to be getting there soon. It's not going to be that long before we can start turning Archaven comics into animated videos, and that's when it's going to get really interesting. Skydog liked the last mix. Fair enough. That's kind of I'm kind of leaning that way. I mean, I really like the club one, but I'm biased towards that, you know. So as a palate cleanser, just so I won't be accused of going completely soft here. Let's go with everyone's leaning towards the last one. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and fire this up just for kicks. Let's see here. Okay, we already did that one. We did Crack in My Heart. So let's do this one. So this one was pretty popular. I was kind of oops, went too far. This is a variant of one of the Byronics. It's not the one that I intended for the final mix, but there's it's kind of growing on me, so we'll have to see what we end up doing. But this is the Fatal Kiss.
When time or soon or late shall bring the dreamless sleep that lulls the dead, oblivion may thy languid wing wave gently o'er my dying bed. No band of friends or heirs be there to weep or wish the coming blow. No maiden with disheveled hair to feel or feign decorous woe. But silent let me sing to earth with no officious mourners near. I would not mar 1 hour of mirth, nor startle friendship with a fear. Yet love, if love in such an hour could nobly check its useless sighs, might then exert its latest power in her who lives and him who dies. 'Twas sweet, my Psyche, to the last, thy features still serene to see, forgetful of its struggles past, when pain itself should smile on thee. But fame, the wish for beauty, still will shrink as shrinks the ebbing breath, and woman's tears produced at will deceive in life, unmet in death. Alone I lived, alone I died, and none shall shed a tear or cry. When there is nothing left to see, then come the fatal kiss to me. Then lonely be my latest hour, without regret, without a groan. For thousands death have ceased to lure, and pain been transient or unknown. I beg to die and go, alas, where all have gone and all must go, to be the nothing that I was, ere born to life and living woe. Count all
All right, well, thanks for indulging me tonight. Like I said, I wasn't planning to stream it all, but since I was messing around with this stuff anyhow, I thought I'd share it with those of you who are interested. Thanks for the input. I appreciate it. And have a good evening. I will be streaming tomorrow night, and we should be bringing back Archaven Nights with JDA on Thursday. So have a good evening. I'm Vox Day, and this is the Darkstream.